What's up, Five fans? This is Slim Olokpe with Slim Olokpe Boxing. So let us dive into a conversation that has got the boxing world buzzing. Frank Warren, British Hall of Fame promoter, has shared some direct and, let's just say, blunt thoughts about the possibility of Daniel Dubois versus Anthony Joshua rematch. And from his perspective, it's not looking good for Anthony Joshua. So in a recent interview with Second South, Frank Warren was asked the big question on every boxing fan's mind, which is, are we going to see a rematch between Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois anytime soon? And what was Frank Warren's answer? Let's just say it was not quite what some AJ fans might be hoping for.
Well, Eddie's got his opinion, and what he's got to do, he's speaking on behalf of his man. You know, Daniel Dubois, by the way, he's not going to be sitting around waiting for AJ. That ain't going to happen. You know, he is the world champion, and he won it in absolute style. That the rematch is there if he wants it, but you know, like all things, there comes a time where if it's not done quickly, then we move on to the next thing.
With that in mind, if you were advising Joshua, obviously he's Eddie's fighter, but if you had Joshua, what would you be advising him to do next?
Credibility-wise, to do the rematch.
But it was a very kind of conclusive defeat. Would you think that an immediate rematch he could? I mean, obviously you've got the Dubois, so you have to put that out of your mind for this question, but would you, in Joshua's camp, think he could put it right?
I don't think he can put it right. I don't think he can put it right if he does the rematch tomorrow, next year, or the year after. He's got his number.
So those are the words of the Hall of Fame promoter, Frank Warren. So now let's break down what Frank Warren just said. First off, Frank Warren noted that while Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua may have their opinion on the fight, since Eddie Hearn recently made statements that they are waiting to see what is going to happen between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk rematch, they want to see what is going to happen if Tyson Fury is going to come out on top so that Tyson Fury can fight Anthony Joshua. So for this reason, Frank Warren said Daniel Dubois is not going to be waiting around for anybody. He said Daniel Dubois is the champion, so he's taking the decision. He said with Anthony Joshua or without Anthony Joshua, Daniel Dubois is going to fight in February. And when he was pressed on his own advice for Joshua if he was the one managing Anthony Joshua, Frank Warren didn't hold back, as you've seen in the video. He said that if Anthony Joshua wants credibility, he said Anthony Joshua should take the rematch. So what Frank Warren is saying now is that delaying that fight is hurting Anthony Joshua's reputation. He thinks for Anthony Joshua to save his face, he thinks Anthony Joshua needs to take the rematch. Then he was further asked about Anthony Joshua's chances if he were to step back into the ring with Daniel Dubois. And Frank Warren didn't sugarcoat anything. He said he believes that regardless of when the fight happens, whether the fight happens in February or it happens years down the line, Frank Warren said AJ cannot beat Dubois. In Frank Warren's words, he said Dubois has AJ's number. And this is a pretty bold statement, especially considering the stakes. So what is really going on here? I think it seemed like Anthony Joshua's team is dragging their feet. After all, Anthony Joshua's camp has been dropping excuses after excuses. You know, they said Anthony Joshua needs more rest. They said February is too early. They said they need to see what is going to happen in the Usyk Fury rematch. You know, they are just giving all sort of excuses, you know. And come on, can you imagine? Tyson Fury himself has come out and said he's not going to be fighting Anthony Joshua anytime soon. He said after Usyk, he said he's going to be fighting Usyk again. So he's telling us now that if he beats Usyk, that is if he beats Usyk. If he doesn't beat Usyk, then it is up to Usyk to decide what he's going to do. If he wants to fight Tyson for a trilogy or if he doesn't. And if he didn't beat Usyk, then there is no point waiting for Tyson Fury. Why do you want to wait for a loser so that you can fight a loser? No, fight the guy that beats you. So you telling us now that you want to see what is going to happen in a Tyson Fury fight. We don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need to see what is going to happen. If Tyson Fury win, Tyson Fury wants Usyk again. If Usyk win, Usyk don't have to fight Tyson Fury again. And if Tyson Fury lost to Usyk again, Anthony Joshua don't have any business fighting Tyson Fury at that point. You know, for the purpose of what you guys are trying to fight him for. Because Eddie Hearn made the statement that the reason why they are waiting for Tyson Fury to see if Tyson Fury is going to win the fight is because if Anthony Joshua can beat Tyson Fury is going to put him back there, is going to make him the unified champion. Bro, you are not supposed to be chasing championship for now, to be honest, because why are you chasing championship? If you win the championship, can you defend the championship? See how he lost to Daniel Dubois in a very embarrassing manner. How do you intend to keep championship with that type of form? So for me, I don't see any reason why they should be holding up. Now we know that Tyson Fury is not going to fight Anthony Joshua. So are you going to take the Dubois fight or not? No, you are not taking it. Okay, let us know you are not taking it. Because to me, I think it is obvious that Anthony Joshua's team doesn't want to look like they are ducking the rematch with Dubois. So we don't know what they are worried about. Maybe they noticed that Anthony Joshua is not going to be able to defeat Dubois anytime soon, because they know that Dubois is a real threat. But fans are definitely catching on. Some are questioning whether Anthony Joshua's team is trying to save face, while others think that the hold-up may hint at concerns within Anthony Joshua's camp about facing Dubois' power and hunger in the ring. But here is the thing. If Anthony Joshua really wants to prove that he is still one of the best, he will definitely have to go for the rematch sooner or later. So Frank Warren's advice was not just about credibility, but it was a challenge to Anthony Joshua to prove that he is still at the top of the game. And you know that this is a win-win for Frank Warren if Anthony Joshua wants to go into the fight again. Most of us already know that he's going to lose the fight. At the same time, they are going to be making a lot of money from an Anthony Joshua fight compared to whoever they are planning to fight. So if Anthony Joshua wants the fight again, this is a big win for Frank Warren. Frank Warren definitely wants this smoke. And Daniel Dubois is ready to do his job again on Anthony Joshua. So ultimately, whether this rematch happens in February or later, fans want answers. Will Anthony Joshua step up and take on Dubois, or will his team keep stalling and hoping for a safer route? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, Frank Warren has made his stance crystal clear that it is up to AJ now if the rematch is going to happen. Eddie Hearn, on the other hand, has said that AJ is looking at June before he can come back into the ring, that February is too early. So I think this is a clear indication now that Anthony Joshua's team is not taking this fight. They are not planning to take the fight. They still need time. They need time. They think February is just too early for Anthony Joshua, after that devastating knockout. So that is just the point. The rematch is not happening. The rematch is off. It is off. But anything is possible in boxing. They can come out again and say, Anthony Joshua has accepted the fight. The fight is going to happen. But with what we are seeing, Eddie Hearn said this, Frank Warren said this, the fight is off. But fight fans, let me know what you think about this. Do you think Anthony Joshua is still going to fight Dubois? And do you think the fight is going to happen next year, February? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.